Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host Myron. Today, all the way from Texas, we've got another Texas offering here with Still Austin. Look, this thing right here, could not wait to get it home and get it in the glass. This thing has been talked about time and time again for having such a great flavor for a 2-year bourbon. They also go by the motto, grain to glass experience. Let's get it.
Bottle drop, bottle drop, bottle drop.
When you hear good things about a 2-year bourbon, you have to run out and go get it, especially with the price tag. $49.99 in my market. I was sitting there like, hey, 2 years old, $49.99, that is a bit steep for a 2-year-old cask strength, but hell, let's give it a chance. So, walked in the store, saw it on the shelf, oh man, had to pick it up. I mean, all I hear is good things about Still Austin, how the Texas heat helps the glass. Oh my gosh, it brings out so many flavors. So I couldn't wait to check it out myself. So let's get into the nose. You get a light corn husk in this one too, kind of like with the Frey Ranch. And they go by the same motto, that grain to glass experience. It's a light, refreshing nose. I do pick up some vanilla and caramel. You get a lot of earthy notes. Surprisingly, to be 2 years old, the ethanol does not punch me in the face, and it's 118. So for something to be 118 and not kick you in the nose says a lot. So let's get into the palate, because I cracked it open and I told myself, let's get a little bit more air into it before I give my final review on it. Spicy. It is spicy. It is super earthy. Some of those vanilla notes transfer over, but it is, I'll tell you what, I will say this. For 2 years old, you do not get a youthful alcohol. You get a lot of earthy notes, and you get a lot of, it's like I said, that corn husk. It's almost like raw corn husk, like when you smell it when you're shucking corn. A lot of vanilla in the nose, but not so much on the palate. It does transfer over slightly. It's a nice light nose, but it's nothing special at all. Yeah, it's really peppery. The pepper is on the mid, transfers to the back. I don't get any char. And maybe that's asking a little much for a 2-year-old bourbon. It is 2 years, it's cask strength. But like I said, the one plus that I will give it is that it doesn't have those useful grain notes, and it doesn't have that alcohol punch, especially to be 118 proof. But 2 years, man. I don't know. I think Still Austin still needs time in the barrel. I don't want to say that it's 2-year trash. But it's not great. It's not. Oh my gosh, I wanted this thing to be good. I really wanted this thing to be good. I had heard so many good things about it. Let's get into the breakdown. Well, I'm not even going to get into Chase, because there's not a Chase. It's a new company. It's a new bourbon. They're putting out 2-year-old products. So at this point, there's not a Chase. I heard a lot of good things about it, so of course I wanted to get it on the bar. Would I pay over retail? At this point, I couldn't see myself paying over retail. I don't think that it's worth over retail. At this point, I would probably say it's below what they're asking for. And look, I am not trying to really tear this bourbon apart. But you gotta remember, it's 2 years old and they want 50 bucks for it. And I understand a lot of the craft distilleries are charging those prices these days, but $50, I need just a little more than what's in this bottle. So no, I will not pay over retail for it. would I give it to a new bourbon drinker? Now, I understand that the Still Austin straight bourbon with the white label got a double gold at the 2021 San Francisco Spirits Festival. So I would try and give that to a new bourbon drinker before I gave this to a new bourbon drinker. And I want to try that one. They had that one sitting on the shelves, but I'm more of a cask strength person, so I went with the cask strength. Now, this right here coming at 118 proof, I would not give to a new bourbon drinker. It actually drank surprisingly easy to be 118 proof for me, especially being 2 years old, because at 2 years old, we all know as bourbon drinkers, you can get a lot of those rough alcohol notes. Will it always be on a bar? At this point, no. I will not have this on the bar. It is something that I will give people who have never had Still Austin before if they want to try it, but it's not something I can see myself running back to. So, with that being said, let the whiskey flow, never run out unless you're headed to a drop. Till next time.